Hello everyone, good evening, happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Healing Truth channel. I just wanted to come through with just an uplifting, motivational video, putting some beautiful love and good energy out there to anybody who's going through things. And it's just I've been in a different place. I'm usually always in a good place, in a good headspace, just staying in touch with my emotions and just the things people go through. And I try to make sure I get the proper downloads to be able to relay these beautiful messages, the inspiration, all of that good stuff. And I really want to send this video out to my heart goes out to anyone out there who have just grown up without having a mother figure or a father figure in their lives. Sometimes we don't really realize how important it is until we get older. And I'm starting to be consciously aware of the effect of not having that mother or father figure in your life, even as an adolescent. And I'm about to break this down a little bit, because so often we, look at as a mother or father as somebody who birthed us. And that's not always the case, because we're spiritual beings. So people come with different spirits. That's why we don't never understand why some women can have children and just be horrible. And let me say this the right way, because I don't want anybody to take offense to what I'm saying, because we have to understand how deep this goes. Not everybody is created, and not all spirits that come through a vessel are positive, good spirits. We have good and evil for a reason. That's even with fathers. You wonder why some men, not all, some, I'm speaking on a spiritual level right now. I need y'all to really understand what I'm saying so people don't get so offended. What I mean is, not every vessel is going to be a positive, good vessel, because we're spiritual beings. So you can't expect every individual to be good, righteous, be of the light. Some people, you wonder why some people have always just been horrible people. There are some people in this world that's just always been horrible people, and they're never going to change, and they haven't changed. You have some people who have been horrible people from the time they were conscious enough to understand right from wrong. That's why you have some kids who sometimes do a little wicked stuff, and some of the parents can't figure out what's wrong with these babies. You don't understand that's a spirit. And that vessel, that spirit may have returned in that vessel for a reason. So this is what we have to start understanding when I talk about spiritual beings. Because everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. We're all spiritual beings. So I had to get deep on that one, because I had to break it down, because I don't want anybody getting offended. This is no offense to nothing against all my beautiful moms out there doing their thing. I'm not talking about mothers who, have gone through things and, made some mistakes. We are human. I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about the dads out there who've made some mistakes. I'm talking about people that's been wicked, had kids, they was wicked, had kids. Okay, I'm talking about individuals who are creating other little lives and always had a demonic entity within them. So they've never been right. This is what I'm talking about. So this is why I went there, because I wanted to break that down before I go into my next point, what I really wanted to do this video about. When I stated that sometimes we get it confused when we say, that's my mother, you know, they birthed me, you know, you always yearn for a mother because you feel that you're supposed to have some type of connection. And being that we are spiritual, I'm talking about mothers, then I'm about to get into the father aspect because I don't want to seem biased. I'm all about my ladies. But I just want to make this point because I just want to do this video to be empowering, and hopefully this helps someone, you know, heal and just get a better understanding on themselves and their lives, because it's not easy for those individuals who have grown up without a mother figure or a father figure. And when I say figure, this is where all of this come into play, because you have women who have children, and like I was stating, they have them and could just no connection to them, abuse, allow certain things to happen to them, you know, and this child grow up wondering, what did I do wrong? You know, why did my mom hate me so much? Why did me and my mom not like each other? You know, why was I abused? Why was I neglected? You know, why my mom, you know, always treated me a certain type of way? Or why did my mom give me up? You know. And then you have the instance with a father, you know. And I'm not talking about this stuff with some of these dads who go through all this baby mama drama, don't come around their kids, stuff like that. I'm talking about on a spiritual level. When you have some fathers, you know, who may have been abusive to their children, their son, their daughter, you know, never really had a real connection with them. And I'm talking about those individuals that are supposedly in their lives physically. And oh my goodness, that is the cutest little bunny. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was the cutest little rabbit. And sometimes it's easy to question, like, man, why did my parents weren't about this? My parents weren't about that. Why did I have to go through this? And why did I have to go through that? And as you get older, you have to, this is what I've come to learn on my beautiful spiritual journey, how important that word spiritual is, how it really is important to recognize how spiritual beings operate, why we are here. Why do some people, no matter even if it's your mother, even if it's your father, there's a disconnect. And sometimes it's easy to grow up feeling like it's you and you've done something wrong, when a lot of the times this is just how the world operates. This is just part of the universe. It's part of spirit. It's part of your spiritual lessons. And I say it like that because I feel like life is a lesson. We're constantly learning things. And the more you tap into your spirit, you understand why some of the things happen, and you don't take some things so personal. You got to look at it as if just because they birthed me doesn't mean that they're a mother. Just because they helped produce me doesn't mean that they're a father. So that's why I wanted to go there, because we have this, you know, we've been programmed to believe, oh, that's your mom. You supposed to always, that's your mom. That's the one birthed you. You only get one mom. Not exactly. because I know a lot of people who have had other vessels be more of a mother and a father than their own biological ones. And the reason for that is we have to understand people's spirits. Once you start understanding people's spirits, you'll understand the journey. You'll understand, okay, maybe that spirit that came through this lady who birthed me, maybe that spirit of the man who put that seed through my mom to get the egg going, maybe there was a spirit attached to it. So as you get older and grow and get to learn these things, you don't take offense and you still put the love out there because you understand the journey. You understand the purpose, because no matter what vessel you came through, whether your parent was a karmic, and this is what I want to say about karmics. To me, people can have karmic behavior. People can do karmic things. That's karmic behavior, whatever. But there's a difference from doing karmic things and having karmic behavior as opposed to being a pure karmic. Some people carry evil entities within them that are there for a reason, and there's no changing them. It's a difference from people who's done things and have been enlightened, tapped in with spirit, tapped into the universe, making changes to grow, to heal, to want to do better for themselves. Everybody's journey is different. So everybody's timing is different. We can't judge a person's journey, because I know my journey wasn't quick. My journey took me some time, took me a couple years. And I'm still growing. It's a never-ending journey. It's a never-ending lesson, whether it's a good lesson or it's a bad lesson. I don't feel like anything in life that we encounter is on purpose. I think it's part of our journey. But part of that journey allows you to know what your purpose is, because you have a purpose, but the things that happen to you are not on purpose. I hope that makes sense. But as I was saying, I feel like when I was talking about the karmics and people who just have karmic behavior, dark entity, I feel like a lot of that is because those people were put here for a reason. That's why some people are trapped in dark places, because they don't see the light. They're not supposed to see the light. They're not supposed to come out of the darkness, because like I stated before, life is about balance. We have to have good and evil. And if we don't have karmic people, even in our lives, to teach us karmic lessons, how are we going to learn? See, that's why I say that's where that comes in again. Life is a lesson. We either learn from our lessons or we don't. It's a journey. So certain people, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be significant others, it could be people we call partners. You never know who, and it could be a combination of all of this. But if we don't acknowledge these things and grow from it, that's where we don't find out our purpose in life. And this is why I wanted to do this video, because I feel like for a lot of individuals who's grown up without parental guidance, or a parent or a father, a mother or father, it's not always about the people who birthed you and made you. Sometimes it's about the people in your life who show you that love as a parent. And you got to understand, maybe this is what I want to use as an example for some of you guys. This is for anybody who have, say for instance, you've been adopted, okay? You was adopted, and as you got older, now mind you, the people that adopted you loved you dearly, cared for you as if the mother care and the father care for you as if you were their own blood. Did everything for you. made you feel good. You know, you never had to question anything. You lived good, things like that. But as you get older, you start to understand and see, or something, spirit, God come to you, or something is placed in your life, you know, just to give you a little tap on the shoulder and let you know those are not your biological parents. So from that point on, you're like, oh my gosh, this is not my real family. I want to know who my real parents are. And then you search and search, find out who they are, hear the story of, you know, why you were given up, given away. Now you have confusion and things like that in your life, and you feeling like you're torn. This is how I look at things in life. Oh, I wonder what's going on over there. I wonder if someone passed away. They're releasing some yellow balloons. That's, aw. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see. They're releasing some balloons over there. I'm not sure what's going on. Aw. Something else. It's been a lot of people leaving too soon, you know. But I look at it too, you know, we're spiritual beings. So a lot of the people that I've, you know, really good people, young folks, my age, younger, been just leaving this world, you know. But you know, hey, maybe they're ascending somewhere else, somewhere that is better than here. You know what I'm saying? So you never know. But anyway, so you end up finding out, you know, all this about your new parent, your who your parents are and things like that. But then sometimes with this story, where I'm going with this is, we don't always understand why things happen the way they do in our lives. What is the purpose? What is the motive? And everything is planned the way it's supposed to be. Everything is supposed to happen the way it's supposed to happen. I'm sitting down. And I think that, that was a good walk. I think for the most part, once we can really understand this journey, why things happen the way they do, we can be at peace. You know, like with the whole adoption thing, where I was going with that is, sometimes we got to understand why things happen the way they do and leave it to spirit, leave it to the universe. Let things happen, leave it to the Most High, because sometimes we can tamper with things that we're not supposed to tamper with. Our lives are mapped out. Everything is mapped out the way it's supposed to. Every single thing. Like I've stated, life is a journey. Life is a lesson. And sometimes when you're looking for something, it's kind of like we're not allowing things to unfold in our lives naturally. We're searching and searching. We have to have answers, when sometimes the answers are right in front of you. They're in your mind. They're in your heart. They're in the universe, you know. And I wanted to do this video because I just want anybody who has gone through their life questioning and, you know, feeling alone because they don't, you know, they didn't have their parents and things like that. And, you know, my heart my heart goes out to you, because nobody understands what you're going through but you. But one thing you need to know for certain, everything happens for a reason. And we have to look at it as protection. We're always being protected. If you're out here being a good human being and things like that, you're going to be protected, you know. And this journey isn't an easy journey, especially when you have been growing up and just feeling disconnected because maybe the people you've been around don't look like you. You know, you feel something is missing, and you really don't find out the things that you need to find out till you get a certain age. And then it's like, man, why wasn't I told about this at a certain age? Why did I can't talk. Let me breathe. Why wasn't I informed of this when I was younger? I had to learn this because it's about the Creator. He knows nobody knows us better than the Creator. Everything is in due time. Maybe when you were young, it wasn't either the right time to know that as a child, or your original parents weren't even in a position to even be around you at that time. Maybe they were going through things that they were protecting you from. These are things that we have to think about. And this is for those who maybe have tried to find out who their family, real family and things are, and they were rejected. You got to understand that's a vessel. We're spiritual. Maybe they were just put here to bring you into this world so that you can be a beautiful beam of light. Maybe you have a bigger purpose. Maybe they were just used to bring you here and get out the way. This is how we have to think about things. And I just wanted to kind of talk about this because I can't, and this is not just me saying this because I've been through it, because I had my issues as a youth. I was in a foster care system and things like that. But at least at a certain age, I did have both my parents. I can't say they were horrible parents. We were a family. They were loving. I didn't feel anything like that. I knew I was a middle child. I did feel like a middle child. I did have my issues with feeling like a middle child, but I still felt loved. But this is for individuals who have grown up knowing that they weren't part of that family, or who have been in homes where your mom or your dad were just disconnected from you, didn't show compassion, didn't show you love, didn't hold you the way you needed to be held, didn't really show motherly instincts, or absent fathers. What you got to understand is, and this is why some people have a hard time with love, showing love. And we have to look at it, understand this. It's not your fault. It's just as we get older, even tapping into the spiritual journey, you learn to forgive and you learn to work and change things, how you live your life, how you show love, how you embrace the beauty in life, how you live positive, be opposite of what you were giving and told, and know that you are loved, know that you can be a loving being. And this is why a lot of people kind of go through the things that they go through in life, because of what they've experienced from people who they call parents, so-called moms and dads who birthed us. Just because they birthed you, that don't make them a mother or a father. It's a vessel. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So they birthed you, and if they weren't connected, there's sometimes people in our lives. It could be a sibling, it could be a sister, it could be a brother, it could be somebody, a cousin, a friend, that could show you more love and be there for you with that motherly instinct, or with that fatherly instinct, that spirit, because maybe that spirit came in someone else, and because maybe the person that birthed you, the person that helped create you, maybe they weren't meant to be there with you for your whole journey of life. Maybe it's a reason why things unfolded and happened the way it did, because maybe there was something in you that you were being tested and prepared for at that time, since you were little, to see your strength, to see if you could get through the things that you were going through. for such a time as this. And this is where we gain our strength. We gain our strength through spirit, through connecting with ourselves, through the Most High Creator, because you have God in you. The God in you creates your life. It always creates your life and your reality. It allows you to see things that you didn't once see before. That's why for me, tapping into my spirituality, it made me handle my childhood trauma differently. It made me look at things differently. And I had to learn that it didn't happen to me, it happened for me. Not everybody is dealt a good hand. Some of us are dealt pretty bad hands, and not everybody in life can handle it. But when you can literally stand up and be an inspiration to people who are going through these things and are struggling, you were chosen for a reason. And sometimes some people have gone through worse situations and have overcome and are out here being empowering, mentoring, speaking, helping people heal. This is what it's about, and once we can really understand that not everybody in our lives are meant to stay, and that's just real. You can even have, I gotta keep walking, y'all, can't sit down too long. I've been sitting down all day at work, okay? You can have, I wonder if somebody passed away. They're over there letting up these yellow balloons. And man, that's something else, man. Whew. That's why it's so important to love the people that, life is too short. Life too short to be around a bunch of miserable, angry, bitter, dark people. You gotta keep a high vibration. Be around loving, good people that keeps you uplifted. Life is too short. You're supposed to love and forgive. We got to love, forgive, and learn how to let go. That's what life is about. But I forgot where I was at because they've been over there with those balloons. So yes. So, it was just, I just felt this was important because we have so many people who are living their lives and are still broken on the inside because, they felt like they were dealt a bad hand in life. And as a young girl, I'm not even gonna lie, I used to think that. I used to be like, man, why me? Why me? Why I have to go through this? And why do I, it was just always, ever since, I'm not even kidding you. Even when I was we was a family, and I was with my parents, why did I have to be poor? Why all those kids got the new shoes, I don't? Why my mama ain't combing my head? Why me and my sister got to share clothes? It was just, those were the things as a little girl. As I got older, I started to notice, and that's where my insecurities came in, especially being bullied, being made fun of, just a lot of those things. And I just kind of dealt with those insecurities for a little bit. I kind of had those in me for quite a while, and I never blamed my parents because my parents they definitely were loving and very affectionate. One thing I can say, bad choices were made, and at that point it's all about priorities in life, and at some point we were no longer their priority, so that's a whole nother story. But once we can learn how to forgive, love, and move forward and work on the things that's broken within us, even if a lot of the times it just takes time being alone. If you gotta cry, get it out, but know that everything happens for a reason. I look at it like this: anything that we continue to do as adults, we got to take accountability for it. We can't continue to blame our childhood trauma on the bad choices that we're making now, because it's a choice. Yes, maybe some of our bad decisions and sometimes too, we don't realize how much of an influence the people around us play in our lives. When you've grown up in nothing but dark negativity, just a whole bunch of drama, just horrible influence, nobody to show you nothing different. And you're constantly, as you grow, you're constantly around the same toxicity. You don't see the error in it until the universe shifts your life in a tremendous way to make you fall back and say, dang, this is how I've been living my life. And this is why, because this is what I went through. I wasn't at peace with this in my life because I went through this as a child. I'm struggling. It's okay to say that you're struggling. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry out to God, cry out to the universe, cry out to spirit, because someone's always listening. There's nothing wrong with that. To me, crying is cleansing. It's healing. It's a healing. It's a source of healing. Getting in some water. Hi. Getting in some water. Water is healing. Getting out in nature. Solitude. We don't realize, especially when you start vibrating high and you around low vibrational people, man, they'll suck the hell out of your energy. I ain't even lying. Like, that's why I'm real picky now. I have quite a few people want to let's get together. Let's go out and do this. I don't be trying to be on that. But at the same time, I'm pretty strong now. So I've always been pretty strong to a certain extent. But a lot of things don't affect my energy like that. If it do, I get out of it real quick. I don't stay in it. And I know how to be around people who are low vibrational and lift up the vibration. So I control my own vibration. If I end up slipping into a low vibrational state, that's because of me. I don't blame it on nobody else because I'm powerful now. I know how to control that. I don't give too many people my energy like that, especially people outside of me. I don't give people that. So I just wanted to really come through with this video for anybody out there. I know there's a lot of people, even my age, younger, older, who have just suffered from just, beating themselves up because they felt like they didn't have this great relationship with their parents because of that's your biological, and we're so programmed. This world is so programmed. They program us to believe everything, but understanding your spirit. And these people, just because they birth you, it can even be siblings. People feel because they your mom, dad, cousin, brother, sister, that you just have to be so, you have to listen to everything they say, be loyal to them. When some of these people carry wicked entities and they're put here for a reason. I had to learn this myself. I had to really learn that not everybody, just because that's my sibling, just because it's my cousin, just because it's my mom, just because it's my dad, don't mean they ain't carrying a wicked entity. But we're programmed to think that family is everything. Nah, because people that may not even be your blood can turn out to be more family, closer family, and more loving and supporting than people that's got the same blood running through your veins, through their veins. Because you know why? Because it's about the spirit, spiritual beings. I done met so many beautiful people on this journey, so many beautiful, awesome, spiritual people who got my back that ain't even my blood. And it's been a beautiful journey. Those are the people I consider family. Your vibe, I hear and see this all the time. Your vibe attracts your tribe. You raise your vibration up. Once you get on a different vibration, the universe gonna start removing people out your way. They're gonna remove them automatically. You're not even gonna have to do it because your vibration is gonna be so high, you're not even gonna be able to connect with people that's on a low vibration. People too busy worried about materialistic shit. It ain't about that no more. It's about energy. It's about high vibes. It's about positivity. It's about love. It's about forgiveness. It's about empathy. Being there for people, loving people for who they are, not for what they have. Too many people have gotten in situations for materialistic stuff and end up sad, lonely, broken. And then you have people who can have all the fame and money in the world and still lonely and broken. Go home to their big mansion just to sit there lonely and can't even face themselves. It's not about that. If we're not working on this on the inside, it's not going to matter what you have. I'm on the level like this. I'm making sure all this on the inside is beautiful. So once I do get there, I can enjoy my abundance with a pure heart, pure mind, clarity. Knowing I've done right by people. Knowing I've done my inner work and my healing to love myself, to be able to pour out, to be able to gift people, to be able to help people. You know, so often we forget that, what our purposes are here in life, because some of us hold on to things that has happened to us, not understanding how important you really are. And I feel like this. I feel like a lot of us who had a really, really hard life, a lot of us end up having some beautiful souls, you know, especially a lot of us who know about the hood, know about projects, know about, you know, poverty, abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. You know, a lot of us grow up with some wounds, but a lot of us end up having beautiful souls. And I had to look at it as this was where I had to return. My spirit had to come through this journey for me to learn lessons. Not saying I'm a bad person, so that's why I went through that. But you never know why you came through this journey. It's a test of your strength and your faith, so that you can recognize how strong you are. What are you going to do with the damage that was done to you? Are you going to inflict that pain on other people? Ooh. Oh my goodness. Are you going to inflict that pain on other people? Are you going to turn that pain into a beautiful purpose and a testimony to help people? You know, that's what it's about, because I've always said this. Ain't nobody about to sit up and tell me how I should feel about my life when you haven't walked in my shoes. That's just like somebody who, and this ain't got nothing to do with hating on nobody. This is just reality, because you have some people, not a lot. There's not every person who rich and got money is on this level. I'm just saying, some people who have grown up with a silver spoon in their mouth, generation of wealth, want to tell people what they should be doing with their life. You need to do this. If you want it, you need to go do this. I did this. I work hard. No, and I ain't even finna say it all, doing all this, because it ain't that type of culture that's on that. But what I'm saying is, when you have people who are quick to judge a person's journey and tell people what they should do when you don't even know what that person is battling on the inside. Some people getting up battling themselves every single day to stay strong, to even wake up in the morning, to even go punch that clock. And you have some people, you've always had it like that. You ain't have to worry about struggling. You have generational wealth, from generations. And some of these folks ain't even have to work hard. You got some of these college, some of these young folks, and you know, some of these folks who, you know, have money. And this ain't all of them ain't like that. I'm just saying, you have some people who are quick to judge individuals who have had a rough life and tell them how they should be doing this and doing that. and how they supposed to be living their lives when you don't know what it is to have gone through the things people have gone through. That's why I'm the type of person, if you haven't been there and you're not really being motivational in the sense of not being judgmental, shut up. That's just how I feel about it. Shut up. Because you don't know what people go through every single day. People are out here struggling with themselves. People have gone through all type of stuff, struggling with poverty, not having things, abused, horrible parents for influences, and you have some people who don't understand what that is. So it's all about understanding people, showing empathy. And it's not everybody who got money is like that. I'm just saying, I'm speaking on a money issue because it does make a difference. Much as we don't like to say that, money do make a difference. Money is a resource. It's a tool. People need money to survive. I'm sorry. You can't just sit there and live somewhere and not have to pay. That's just how it is. Money is a source of a resource. It's a primary resource right now. It's the reality of it. But it's about making money and not letting it make you, So I just wanted to really come through with this video today because I felt I wanted to just send some empowerment out here for those people who are struggling, who going through things in life. A lot of us our age and older and things like that. You can never be too old to deal with childhood trauma and things in your life. I feel like the best way for us to conquer those demons is to spend time with ourselves, talking to spirit, connecting with the universe. I spend a lot of time in solitude so that I can continue to get my downloads. I'm still on my spiritual journey, still learning. I'm not perfect, but I try to show empathy to people who are out there struggling with themselves because we don't know a person's journey. It's easier for us to speak on things. That's why I'm so adamant about that. If you haven't walked in that person's shoes, then you have no right to judge. And that's why when I did my video last week about the mothers, I didn't want to come across judgmental. I was just speaking my opinion because no matter what I've gone through, I've suffered some type of trauma in my life. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm not, for one, can speak for being a totally single mom raising 3 kids by myself because, like I stated, I will never judge a mother raising 3 kids by herself and saying what she needs to do and what she don't need to do when it comes to how she raised her children. To me, it's just about the things we do to affect our kids. I can't respect that, We have to think about our children, how important they are, especially when they're young. That's where I was going with that, So thank you guys for tuning in to my video on this beautiful, beautiful day. This is like a beautiful day. I'm going to keep walking after I end this video because it's just a perfect day out right now. I hope it was uplifting, motivating, edifying. Just remember, stay positive, continue to love yourself, continue to show forgiveness. It's just things we have to do for ourselves and continue. It's healing isn't easy, That's why this is the Healing Truth channel. I'm gonna speak truth on that healing because it wasn't an easy journey for me, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. It's like a burden is lifted off of you, You can really love yourself and know that nobody's perfect and we all make mistakes. It's about how we overcome them, how we keep pushing forward, Don't sit in negativity. Don't sit in negative thoughts and bad thoughts about yourself and things like that. Forgive yourself and love yourself and keep it moving, man. Life is too short. We got a lot going on in this world. We are in our last days, and do you want to spend your last days miserable unhappy, hateful, bitter, angry, things like that. This is for anybody out there in this world. Anybody who's going through this. If you having a hard time forgiving someone, just forgive them. Release. Breathe. It's a beautiful world. It's a beautiful world within you. This journey is not an easy journey. And nobody said it would be, but it's a journey that I wouldn't trade it for the world. So thank you guys for tuning in. I love each and every one of you. Continue to stand strong in your truth. Stay true to yourself. It's about staying true to you. I stay true to myself. It is what it is, Stay true and stay pure as possible. Purity comes within your mind, your thought, and your heart, and how you treat people. Treat people how you want to be treated. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.